Coming up, a stalker arrested outside Paige's home, a WWE star's push dropped, AEW admit their mistakes, and everything else in wrestling news.
Support WrestleTalk!
Give us a subscribe. Super kick that subscribe button and enable notifications to always on for daily wrestling videos. Just 3 months after the home of WWE star Sonya Deville was invaded by a stalker trying to kidnap her, fellow WWE star Paige has had a man arrested outside her home. Paige's boyfriend, the musician Ronnie Radke, revealed the incident on Twitter. A stalker had the audacity to come to my door, got his ass handed to him until police arrived and saved the day. I will kill you, please don't make me kill you, including 2 photos of the man being apprehended by police and then being put into a car. Paige then quote retweeted with her own experience, scarily revealing the man came to her home because symbols led him there. Scariest thing ever. He told us symbols led him to us, but Ronnie got him in a hold until police got there. WTF is wrong with people? Thank God Ronnie is around to protect our house. Jesus. She then reposted that quote retweet on her Instagram, adding that this had actually been going on for a while. A whole month of stuff being sent to our house, flowers, gifts, etc., until this turned up. Thank God Ronnie is there to protect our house and family. He didn't think twice about getting this MFer in a hold until cops came. Thanks to the cops that came so quickly. It's been a tough time for Paige as of late, with her breaking down into tears on her Twitch stream 2 weeks ago, defying WWE's new ban on contracted talent of streaming on the platform, and now her former fiancé Alberto Del Rio accusing her of abuse in their scandal-ridden relationship that ended in 2017. Speaking on Gore TV last week, Paige described their time together as a cycle of abuse that eventually escalated in getting your ass beat every couple of minutes, and that Del Rio, currently facing life imprisonment for domestic abuse charges, is karma. Del Rio has now denied these allegations to TMZ Sports. It was the other way around. I have the evidence, not just words. I would say, Rhea, why? Why are you doing this, Rhea? And I'm not calling you Paige because you were never Paige to me, you were Rhea. Why would you hurt me in a moment like this? Del Rio is reportedly considering legal action against Paige for defamation. Ryan Satin has called out TMZ Sports for publishing Del Rio's comments. Maybe don't give this guy a platform to further torment one of his victims, just a thought. While Renee Young has tweeted, that dude can truly all the way off. Moving on from depressing real-world events, let's cover the latest WWE High on Wrestler Backstage push to be dropped.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's everyone. Literally every wrestler they've ever been high on. But for this story, it's specifically Peyton Royce. Royce got the Kiss of Wrestling push death back in August when the Wrestling Observer newsletter first reported Vince McMahon had a grueling 4-hour meeting with creative where he turned down most people's ideas but did have one silver lining. He told them he saw Royce as a future singles star and wanted to do more with her. Later that month, Royce was forced to break up with her long-term Iconics tag partner and real-life best friend forever, Billie Kay. Upon unceremoniously losing to the Riot Squad on Raw, Kay was then drafted away from Royce onto SmackDown, and then WWE realized they didn't have enough female tag teams for their female tag team division. The Wrestling Observer newsletter is now reporting that backstage plans for Peyton's singles push on Raw have been dropped because Vince changed his mind like a girl changes clothes. So WWE have moved Royce into a tag team with Lacey Evans to give Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler more acts to feud with. The exact same thing has happened with Mandy Rose, who split with her long-term tag partner Sonya Deville on SmackDown, got drafted to Raw for her expected singles push, to now end up in a tag team with Dana Brooke. You can see Royce and Evans still trying to figure out their hastily thrown together act, as in some promos they're bickering, playing up the idea they don't like each other, and in others they're closer to the Iconics, making fun of their opponents. But with all the booking missteps in WWE, their women's divisions in Raw, SmackDown, and NXT has been presented far far better than AEW's. And now that promotion's president has dug his heels in the sand, ignored everything the fans are saying, and that he's taken responsibility for their mistakes. I'm not used to wrestling promotions listening to me! On Saturday night's post-Full Gear media call, Tony Khan said that the AEW Women's title is still a top priority and that Serena Deeb, who AEW signed in September, is one of their best talents. However, TK has heard the criticism over the build to Full Gear's AEW Women's Championship match between Shida and Nyla Rose, which was the weakest built program on the entire card, and admits they should have done better. He also said he's working closely with Billy Corgan on their NWA working relationship, which has seen Deeb win their NWA Women's title, defend it on the Full Gear buy-in show, and have NWA contracted talent Thunder Rosa return to feud over it. It's a stark contrast to Cody Rhodes' comments last week, who dismissed AEW's women's division criticism as you people's fault, blaming fans for being conditioned to want a war and peace level build to every match, which is a really long Russian novel. How do you think AEW should save their women's division? Let me know in the comments. AEW fully incorporating the NWA into their women's division could benefit both promotions, giving NWA talent much needed exposure and dates during the pandemic, and AEW a soft reset of their own sideline title. Unify it as the AEW NWA Women's Championship like the NWA TNA title of old, which could signal a larger shift in the global wrestling war. Speaking on the post-Full Gear media call, Deeb has said that AEW and NWA cooperation is super powerful, and I think it's gonna change wrestling from a women's standpoint, comparing the relationship to professional wrestling's territory days, where the champion could travel between different promotions to defend the belt. Full Gear also saw the latest AEW appearance of Impact Wrestling Vice President Don Callis, who was on commentary for his very good friend Kenny Omega's opening match against Hangman Page. Impact Wrestling have the best North American women's division outside of WWE right now, and could be another fantastic working relationship for AEW, and potentially even a forbidden backdoor entrance to New Japan. Carl Anderson and Rocky Romero have told Fightful Select the bridge between Impact and New Japan will be gapped soon, with some big things happening by next summer. Anderson has already teased returning to his former promotion after he was released by WWE, and says him and Doc Gallows are still very close to NJPW higher-ups, adding the two promotions are friendlier than they've been in a long time, and believes there is a huge respect there. What that means for Ring of Honor's working relationship with New Japan is yet to be seen. One partnership that probably isn't happening though is AEW and WWE, with Bayley tweeting yesterday she's first to face AEW's Serena Deeb when the pandemic is over. Deeb was actually Bayley's mentor when she first started out in 2010. Bayley to AEW confirmed. Now here's everything else in wrestling news. Paul Heyman is going to be Kayla Braxton's permanent co-host on Talking Smack from this week, replacing previous host Xavier Woods, who has now returned to the ring on Raw. AEW have teased their next TV special, with Khan saying there's some huge events taking place in December, and that January will see the presumably less cruise shippy, less WWE copyright infringing Beach Break, so not Bash at the Beach. Chris Jericho turns 50 years old today, increasing AEW's struggling 50-plus viewership. Nice taking one for the team, Jericho! Following their Power Struggle show on Saturday, New Japan have announced 3 major matches for January's Wrestle Kingdom 15, their biggest show of the year. Night 1 on January 4th will see Kazuchika Okada versus Will Ospreay, and Tetsuya Naito versus Kota Ibushi for both the IWGP Intercontinental and Heavyweight Championships, and the winner of that latter match will defend both belts the following night against Jay White. Vacant to New Japan confirmed. And finally, there's been a bit of 2012 era WWE beef spilling over online. Following Dolph Ziggler sharing an old All-American wrestler's photo, Ryback reposted the image saying, "Bridges before bitches." Ziggler replied to that saying, "They called me Goldberg because everyone hated wrestling me," which Ryback cut a promo on. "I never heard those chants, was too busy listening to the buildings roar and shake with my trademarked Feed me more. What's next for Ziggy Michaels? Sitting in Gorilla working under Pussy Pool's developmental promotion? What are the 10 best Survivor Series elimination matches of all time? Click the video on the right for Adam Blompier's latest list. And which ex-WWE stars debuted for AEW at Full Gear? Find out by watching my review in the video below that. Super kick that subscribe button for daily wrestling videos and get yourself an Ollie Authority t-shirt at WrestleMerch.com. I've been Mr. Davis. That's such good jam.